All right.
Robbi really
Playing defense, Jack 4.
With Jack 4 off.
Straight flush draw versus straight flush draw.
10, 10, 9 with a couple
It's a
clubs.
cooler.
I think Robbi should have probably been out of his hand pre-flop.
Great advice from the commentator. Absolutely stellar.
She's got one club and one heart. And
Pop him.
wow.
Bang.
What is she thinking about here? She gonna raise it.
Min?
Well, we saw her raise.
Min.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me scratch my face. That's the shit I got.
How often would she do this with the 10? Could he
I mean, this chick's probably way too rich to give a fuck if she's talking this kind of crap and clicking around like this. He is going to re-raise?
There's the all-in. There's the all-in.
All right, man. Good timing.
Garrett, like I said, he's just so...
I mean, if she calls this off, she may be the best.
Bet patterns, bet sizing.
She may just be the best player in human history if she calls this off. I have the Jack of Clubs. I block Queen Jack of Clubs, which I lose to. I block Jack 8 of Clubs, which I also lose to. I call. You must have 7, 8 of Clubs. Your whole range is combo draws.
She's gonna put a time chip out? And she took some time with it. And then she said...
What the fuck is this shit? Bitter? What did you say?
I just want to call to see it. I think he might have me though. Three's no good? This is why you shouldn't be in hands like this.
She doesn't have a 3. So...
I mean, I'll pause here and say this. Like, if she actually does call, I find this play extremely suspicious.
I don't know what she's thinking about.
But just the act of the hand, like the actual hand, if she calls here, it's cheater. You know, it's a cheater play. Min raise, call or shove. It's really a cheater line.
She calls?
For once, but it's up to you.
This is super sus though, this hand. This is fucked.
Is it possible that her hand might be misread in the card graphics or something?
Because I have a shitty hand.
You do? Yikes.
I wonder how they're gonna react to this.
This is a pure bluff catcher I'm dealing with right now.
With Jack high?
But yeah,
I mean, I'm just scoping her up right now. Like, is she cheating? I'm just trying to look at her.
I think he has to be.
That's a sus comment.
The river is a 9.
That one's you for sure.
They're gonna run it twice. And she's gonna
small pair.
Yeah, she's a 3 in the king. You give me that much credit?
I don't know.
She's good with the first one.
Let's turn him over. You're not that.
Oh. No.
If the cards are correct. And the river breaks out again.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I want to see. Does she have Jack 4?
I'm looking at Garrett.
What?
He's sus. He's sus as fuck of this. He feels cheated right now.
Oh, look at Garrett's face. That's some
fucking poker right there. That was sick. Wow.
He thinks he's been cheated 100% here.
That
yeah.
is super straight.
It's sus as fuck as well. I don't know how I would feel in that spot. Like, she's a lewd whale though. I think you have to give the whale the credit in the moment and figure it out later. You can't be calling him a cheater right now, you know?
Jacob, you look like you want to kill me. I'm not Jacob. You look like you want to kill me, Jacob.
He wants to vomit.
Ask her if she cheated then. Fine, just ask her. Are you cheating? What is this play? He should take a break though. He should be talking to someone as soon as he can here. This is a ridiculous hand.
It's literally like the sort of most disturbed look that I've ever seen Garrett give.
We can pause it if you like. No, let me tell you what happened. 10,000, min range 20, shove, call.
And obviously the reason why he would be that is how can she call?
I remember.
Like maybe he thinks that she saw his hand somehow, or I don't know.
Nothing. Ain't nothing happening.
That's a good point. I might go back to the start of the hand. I highly doubt he exposes cards. The dealer's body blocking that. There's zero shots she can see. She's in the 1 seat, he's in the 9. And the dealer is, I would say, in the way. Not to get too specific about things. Let's reevaluate her behavior in this hand. She's gonna jam. She doesn't really
Garrett, like I said, he's
care
just
too
so
much.
Experienced in bet patterns, bet sizing.
She looks at her hand. I have Jack 4 off. Two-tone board.
She sort of acted a little bit with Jack 8 of diamonds from a few rounds ago.
Looks over at Garrett, representing that she has some sort of read on him.
She's gonna put a time chip out. She said that she thought Garrett had a draw about 20 minutes ago when Garrett had the full house, the Queen 4 against Jack 8. And she took some time with it. And then she said...
She's smiling right now. I think, I gotta say, I feel like the smile is suspicious. It shows some sort of like, she's aware of the potential result of what's about to occur. This is kind of like what the smile might mean. The smile could also mean, you know, you got me, I'm going to fold, I guess. It's like, oh, I was just bluffing, but you're probably bluffing. But the fact that she's about to call here, and she seems kind of like she's already decided that she's doing it. You know, she's not phased by the jam. She's kind of chilling. She puts the time chip in, like, out of motion. You know, it didn't really feel like she really was like, oh, I need time. She's like just placing it in, like, this is part of what I should probably do here. I don't know. It felt robotic to me, the time chip. I just want to call to see it. I think you might have me, though. Okay. And she's kind of playing with him. Like, have you ever seen a cat torturing a mouse? This is what they do. They trap it like behind an object or under something, and then they just sit there like their tails are waving. They're loving it. The cat is just thrilled at the torture of this other animal. And this is kind of what this behavior reminds me of. Like, she starts talking shit like, oh, can you beat a 3? Like, oh, da-da-da. Do you know what I mean? I find this is suspicious to me, this particular line of conversation. Because she's so happy with the situation. It's like, bro, you got Jack 4 off.
This is why you shouldn't be in hands like this.
She doesn't have a 3. So...
Like, if you're cheating and you called off here, you're like, I call. I have Jack 3. I have a pair of 3s. And he's like, wow, good call. And then you turn your hand over, oh my god, I only have Jack 4. But you win. You know, like, that would be kind of a good line. The thing is, cheaters tend to be pretty fucking stupid.
You want me to call you?
I don't know.
And then you want me to call you. You know what I mean? Like, hoping he says yes. Well, look, you told me to call. Had to call. You told me to call, so I called. Mate, you tell me to call, I fucking called. You feel me? So I think that that's also a baiting line. Like, she's aware that the player's just so sus if she calls. The correct play, if you're cheating here, is just a fold, because you cannot call here.
What she's thinking about...
And just continue cheating in other pots.
Bluffs, like king, queen, queen, jack types of things, too.
I vote no.
I call.
She calls?
Yeah, this is just not legit, man. It just isn't.
Oh my god.
I feel bad for Garrett, man. I give him some shit, but bro, this is not all good. This is not all good. I wish he didn't put the money in the pot, man. Alright, let's check out G-Man's Twitter. Let's see what he's got up here. Surely something. Furthermore, I played and reviewed the stream for another... from 2 other prior sessions with this player. Not only did she never consider making a call anywhere close to this before, but she instead very often folded bluff catches to riverbeds, only calling when her hand was quite strong. Now all of a sudden she's playing 10x stack compared to before in this... Yeah. That, I agree that that's suspicious. Yep, I'm well aware that the scariest / easiest way for someone to cheat in a live stream is to have a device hidden that simply vibrates to indicate you have the best hand. I'm sure the plan was to min-raise the turn and win the hand on the river when I don't improve, but that will change when I read her for extremely weak on the turn and made an unorthodox play by raising all in. At that point, she would know that she still has the best hand if she had such a hidden device, and her lack of a more in-depth popular knowledge made it so she didn't understand that calling there would always be a dead giveaway she was cheating. The only thing I'm certain of is there's 0 chance HCL ownership is involved. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That's a good shout-out. That's a good shout-out. You don't want to be dogging the show, you know? They're obviously a bunch of good cunts trying to produce good content. They're doing heaps of good things. I feel bad for them that they're going to be linked to this. After the hand, her body language and word salad explanations why she called the turn on camera also extremely suspicious. I agree with that completely. After giving a couple of jabs about how she outplayed me, she immediately becomes very defensive with nervous chatter. Putting it all together, I immediately felt very concerned about foul play. After having a full conversation with co-owner Ryan Feldman, he amicably agreed to that the three, me and Ryan and her, should have a conversation. Most of that off-camera conversation was more of her going on and trying to justify the play in a way that came across very incriminating. Ryan then tried to explain to her that it wasn't us she needed to convince, it was the play was about to go viral, and they said, Robbi, this is likely going to be viewed by millions of people. Her face clearly melted once I said this, fully realizing for the first time that she'd gotten herself into, and then continued, I think you now know you fucked up. At this point, we were all about to start walking back towards the stage. As I didn't know what else to do at this point, she says to me, do you want me to pay you back what you lost in the hand? I mean, if anyone ever says this, it's just over. Knowing A, this was likely the closest I would get to the confession, and B, how impossible it is to get refunded in the cheating scandals, I took her up on her offer. Ryan neither encouraged or discouraged her from doing this. To be clear, I never asked for a refund. Oh, okay. Is he going to get shit for this? He shouldn't have paid her, mate. That's what I think. To be clear, I never asked for a refund. I never even considered asking, as it would be such an obvious admission of guilt on her end. But once she offered, of course I'm going to accept. Yeah, sure, bro. No worries. On another note, she didn't misread her hand. She knew she had Jack 4. She looks back at her cards several times before calling. Correct. Yeah. If she pretended she had Jack 3, it would have been kind of like legit. But she looked at her cards. This is in direct conflict with her saying them too. I didn't look back at my hand to see it was Jack 4 and again. Ah, okay. So we've actually missed something here. We missed the interview with Robbi.
And when the turn came, it was a 3. And you will hear me say on stream, are 3s any good? And the reason I said that is because I thought I was holding a Jack of clubs and a 3 of whatever. So I thought, and I say that I think I have a bluff catcher and it's not good enough.
All right, so I mean, this is just a lie. So yeah, like Garrett was saying in the Twitter post we were reading, she has just lied. She has confessed effectively. If she pretended she had Jack 3, if she didn't look back at her hole cards, if she just said, oh man, I've got Jack 3, great, well cheated, you know, congratulations for cheating successfully. But you have not cheated successfully here. You have called Jack 4.
So with a 3 as a bluff catcher sort of thing. I didn't look back at my hand to see that it was Jack 4. I ran it twice because I knew I was probably going to lose that unless, I don't know, anything better came than pocket 3s, I guess, or like not even pocket 3s, like a pair of 3s. And
I don't know if I can ever buy that she thinks she has a 3, as some people are suggesting, even though she said it in the hand, is a 3 any good? Because why wouldn't she say, I thought I had a 3, I misread my hand?
Yeah, she would obviously have said that too. Oh my god, I misread my hand. She doesn't say anything.
And I know that Garrett was super frustrated with me, and he wanted to talk about it. And I said, let's do what's going to be the most amicable ending for production as well as moving forward. In my mind, I think I'm good enough that I can win the $130,000 back. That's a lot of money. So so the whole understanding was, please come back and continue to play. And if you feel like it's fair that I give you this money back, fine, have it. Come back and play, and let's just continue playing. It's just poker at the end of the day, and I do think of myself in some regard that I will get that hand back, fair and square, because ultimately he didn't think it was a fair hand for him not to win, and I guess maybe it wasn't a fair hand for me. Maybe we should have just split it right there and then at the table, whatever it was.
It's very hard to understand the logic of the fish here. It's very, very, very hard to understand. I think it's obviously incriminating. You would never give the money back if you won the hand, quote unquote, fair and square. You would never give the fucking money back. The fact that she lied about the Jack 3 is the main piece of evidence that she's lying in total. Because when you're trying to break apart, like whether somebody's telling the truth or lying, you know, about something like this, you're looking for consistency. There is no consistency. She's saying all kinds of random things, and she has 100% lied about the main fact, the one believable thing, which is that she could possibly have had Jack 3 and min race called it off. It is possible. It wouldn't have been like, this is total fucking bullshit cheating. It would have been like, yeah, this is an absolutely ridiculous whale line. you know, there was some chance that she could have had that hand. She could have pretended she had it, but she did look at her cards. She lied about looking at her cards. She knew she had Jack 4. She retrospectively tried to use that speech about having a 3, is a 3 any good? You know, and that she sort of built her lie based on that. But the problem is every single thing that she's done is on stream. So when the consistency is broken, at least in my judgment scale, and I think most people with Logic's judgment scale, the chance of her cheating goes from like some arguable figure to 100%. Because you don't lie about a critical factor like that in a thing like this when you're trying to, you know, make everybody know you're not lying.
We're good. Everyone can say what they want to say, but I'm cool. So me and Garrett are talking afterwards. And
yeah, you guys are mates. It's all good. Yeah. She looks back at her hand for several seconds straight before calling. This is in direct conflict with her in the interview, saying, I didn't look back at my hand to see that at Jack 4. And again, reviewing her prior 11 hours of footage, even her calling with a 3 would be very suspicious. In fact, her line on every street was extremely out of character compared to prior hands. I'm surprised he doesn't mention the person's flop raise. Maybe he just didn't pay attention. Like, because in-game he didn't think it was sus. But yeah, that hand's super sus too. After getting the money in, I lost the hand back. Her friend in the game suspiciously loses his mind at me after being nothing but incredibly cordial in our prior interactions. After getting the money back, I lost in the... Sorry. After getting the money I lost in the hand back, her friend in the game suspiciously loses his mind at me after being nothing but incredibly cordial. Who is her friend in the game? That's a pretty important question. After several threats from him, I decided to walk away from the situation knowing I have zero interest in continuing to play. I decided to head on. So we actually missed the point where he gets paid back. Apparently that happens in the game or something.
Garrett's a deep-sea fisherman. How do you do this?
What did she give the money back to Garrett?
All right, let's listen.
You gotta be kidding. What is going on? What's happening?
What is that? That's Rip out there.
Oh, Rip's her friend.
With the hat. What is he doing out there? He seems heated about something.
I think that's what she did.
Well, she definitely gave the money back. I saw it, but like...
Yeah, she took it from the rack here. It was her rack. She gave him $150,000.
What?
What is going on?
What is going on?
Take that money back.
That's Rip.
Yeah, I would. I take that money. Never mind, I take that money back.
This guy fucking takes the money back she won from you? No, he's a pussy. You are a fucking pussy. Hey, I'm out.
What is going on here?
Give her the fucking money back. He made her fucking give him the money back.
This is really
Yeah,
unanticipated.
fuck that. I'm out. I don't play in this fucking shit. He fucking made her give the money back.
What do you mean made her? How do you make?
He
How do you-
fucking told her to give the money back and accused her of cheating.
How do you make someone give the money back? I don't understand.
I don't know. He took it. She fucking he somehow talked her into giving the fucking money.
Why would she be willing to do? If she didn't cheat, why would she be willing to give the money
Why
back?
are you?
And if she did cheat, why isn't she being arrested?
Why would she give him the money back?
Yeah, that's
I don't
the thing.
understand.
I mean,
That's strange.
And, like
So
how?
which is it? There's only two outcomes here. The fuck is going on?
it's 8 to call.
Wow, man. I told you this game's fucked up. I warned you guys.
What happened here?
This game's fucked up in this game.
Call, and you're out
You just lost him too. Like, what's going on?
It's
What the hell, Andy?
players.
I guess that dude's just white knighting or whatever. Because if he knew she was cheating, he wouldn't be acting this way.
Garret, are you okay?
Not, you know. There's about to be like millions of people that watch.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you give me some change, please?
Yeah.
The face that Eric is giving is the face that I have if you had a camera in the booth here. It looks like Garrett is
Look at you, got that shit back.
getting up.
That's impressive.
I don't know what's going on
I
here.
think I've never seen that before.
But apparently she gave the money back to
Bro, if you
Garrett,
beat me,
which
can I have my
is
money back?
really bizarre. Because why would she do that?
It's so good.
If
I'm not even sure I want to play poker if that's how it is.
You do the 100.
that's really strange.
And Mike, you're 600.
That is really, really
Actually,
strange.
kind of instigating this more than you are. You must really like Garrett.
Because I'm mature. He does really like it. I do like Garrett. It's me. Man. I told you, this game's fucking jacked up right now. Like, there's no rhythm
I
here.
want to play it. I don't know. I hope this game doesn't break.
It's not gonna break.
You know, none of it makes sense. Like, she calling doesn't make sense.
For giving the money back makes
Giving
sense.
the money makes
No,
even
but like,
less
how,
sense.
like, how can she be cheating? Like, there's no devices. Like, there's
And
no
not-
way that she was.
Like, yeah, so why would she give it back?
I was like, my mind was blown when she made a call, but I
Yeah.
understand. Like,
She gave him 125 back. She did. I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what everyone's mind's blown right here.
what is going on?
Alright, let's read her crap. I read the man to make a hero call after he shoves on a turn brick card. Get over it. I say it again, like I said before, I'm not playing nice in the sandbox anymore. Make it right, or I don't give a fuck. I already moved on. I'll make it back either way. I mean, you're a massive whale. I don't think you're making anything back. Garrett blocked me, quote unquote, guilty as charged. What an honest man. He cornered and threatened me. I gotta say, like, the Rip guy calling Garrett a pussy. I'm not trying to rag on Garrett here, but Garrett isn't like a confrontation man, you know? He's kind of like a low-key introvert type of dude. He's not cornering and threatening a girl. Maybe she could feel that way because he's pretty jacked or whatever, but like, he was never threatening her. And also they were talking three-handed with one of the people running the show as a moderator. So I think this is just, you know, your typical trying to get dudes on her side with the bullshit. If he has the audacity to give me the death stare on camera, it's not the death stare, it's was I just fucking scammed stare. Picture what it's like off camera. This is also a pathetic attempt to manipulate. I was pulled out of the game and forced to speak to him in a dark hallway. Oh, that's why she got sent. Full details to come. Like when you've had time to write the script of this terrible speech. Care to explain what's being said here? Let's listen.
So is the internet like on fire right now? Is like
No, the hand is still going.
Oh, it's still going. So the drama hasn't officially happened yet.
In summary, yeah, have your own opinion, but whatever, man. She probably fucking cheated.